Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this chapter, we're going to learn about contrast. Contrast means contrast ataupun perbedaan. So in this chapter, you will learn to identify the functions of the connectives even if, unless, however, on the other hand, in contrast, and nevertheless in sentences to show contrast. Jadi kita menggunakan connectives even if, unless, however, on the other hand, in contrast, dan nevertheless untuk menunjukkan perbedaan atau contrast. Not only that, but you will also have to create sentences showing contrast based on the information. Jadi juga untuk membuat kalimat-kalimat menunjukkan kontras ataupun perbedaan berdasarkan informasi. So first, what is contrast? Contrast is when we want to show contradiction between two ideas in the same or separate sentences. Jadi untuk menunjukkan perbedaan atau kontradiksi di antara dua buah ide pada kalimat yang sama ataupun terpisah. For example, we have two sentences here. We have Roy was tired, Roy merasa capek, and we have Roy went on walking, Roy pergi berjalan. We want to combine these sentences. Kita mau menggabungkan dua buah kalimat ini, so it becomes Roy was tired. However, he went on walking. Jadi Roy merasa capek, akan tetapi dia pergi berjalan. So we have however here to show contrast. Kita menggunakan connective however di sini untuk menunjukkan contrast di antara dua buah kalimat, yaitu Roy was tired and he went on walking. The contrast conjunctions that we're going to learn first is even if. Even if artinya bahkan jika atau meskipun. And then the second one we have unless. Unless means kecuali jika. And then the third one we have however. However means namun atau akan tetapi. And then the fourth one we have on the other hand. On the other hand means pada sisi lain. Number 5 we have in contrast. In contrast means sebaliknya. Number 6 we have nevertheless. Nevertheless means namun demikian. Yang ini dicatat karena bakal selalu keluar. And then, first we talk about even if. Even if means bahkan jika atau meskipun. So, when something is rarely done or just imagined, we can use even if. Even if is used to emphasize that a particular situation will remain the same no matter what happens. Jadi menggunakan even if ini untuk menunjukkan bahwa situasi tertentu akan tetap sama, tidak peduli apapun yang terjadi. For example, we have the sentences here. Bahkan jika saya mendapatkan tiket gratis, saya tidak akan pergi ke bioskop. We have bahkan jika, even if saya mendapatkan tiket gratis. In English is I got free tickets. Koma, saya tidak akan pergi ke bioskop. I will not go to the cinema. So the pattern is even if plus clause, main clause. Jadi even if ketemu klausa, baru main clause. Kalau ada even if di depan, kita diikuti oleh koma. Just like this one, even if I get free tickets, I will not go to cinema. But if we want to put the even if in the middle, kalau kita letakin even if-nya berada di tengah, maka tidak ada diikuti koma. Langsung saja, I will not go to the cinema even if I get free tickets. For example, we still have to use even if here. Dia akan pergi meskipun kamu melarangnya. Dia akan pergi, Dia akan pergi, he will go. He will go meskipun even if kamu melarangnya, you forbid him. Atau kalau diganti dengan she will go even if you forbid her. Ini contoh kalau even if-nya berada di tengah. Dia menunjukkan perbedaan antara he will go dengan you forbid him. Next, we have unless. Unless is the same when we if not in conditional sentences, atau bisa juga sama dengan penggunaannya dengan except if, sama-sama artinya kecuali jika. We use unless instead of if not in conditional sentences, sama seperti semester lalu kita udah belajar conditional sentence. Karena kalau if ketemu not seperti ini, I will arrive at 7 a.m. if there is not traffic. Saya akan tiba jam 7 pagi jika tidak ada macet. Nah, if sama not ini mau kita ubah supaya bisa jadi unless, maka kalimatnya berubah menjadi I will arrive at 7 a.m. unless there is traffic. Jadi if sama not ini tinggal hilang berubah menjadi unless, sama artinya. Selain itu, unless juga bisa digunakan sama dengan except if. Jadi kalau ada example, unless I get a new job, I can't buy a new phone. Kecuali jika saya mendapatkan sebuah pekerjaan baru, saya tidak bisa membeli sebuah handphone baru. Nah, kalau unless mau kita ubah jadi except if, langsung aja unless-nya berubah menjadi except if I get a new job, I can't buy a new phone. Jadi unless diikuti tanda koma sama dengan even if tadi. Unless expresses an action or situation that will happen if the other one does not happen before. Jadi unless mengungkapkan situasi yang mana akan terjadi jika situasi yang satunya tidak terjadi sebelumnya. Another example we have unless here. Kecuali jika orang tuaku memberi aku izin, aku tidak bisa bertemu kalian malam ini. Kecuali jika bahasa Inggrisnya unless. Orang tuaku, my parents, memberi aku izin, give me permission. Jadi unless my parents give me permission, aku tidak bisa bertemu kalian malam ini. I cannot meet you tonight. So unless disinilah yang kita gunakan di depan, maka bertemu dengan koma. Kalau unlessnya berada di tengah, we do not put comma between them. So for example, you can say, I cannot meet you tonight unless my parents give me permission. And then next is however. However, it's basically the same with but. However, artinya akan tetapi. So however indicates that the relationship between the two clauses is contrast. Jadi however is usually put in the beginning of a sentence and followed by a comma. So remember the sentence 1, however, comma, sentence 2. Jadi however hanya bisa diletakkan setelah kalimat pertama dan ada tanda full stop di sini. Jadi however mengawali kalimat yang kedua. For example, I like playing games. Full stop. However, I'm horrible at it. Saya suka bermain games, akan tetapi saya tidak pandai. For example, here we have two sentences. It's 7 a.m. Ini jam 7 pagi and he is still sleeping. Dia masih tidur. Kita mau menggabungkan dua buah kalimat ini menggunakan connective however. So the sentence becomes it's 7 a.m. full stop, titik, however, comma, he is still sleeping. It's 7 a.m. however, he is still sleeping. Ini jam 7 pagi akan tetapi dia masih tidur. Next is on the other hand. On the other hand means pada sisi lain. On the other hand is used to show two sides of an issue, menunjukkan dua sisi dari sebuah isu. So when comparing two different facts or ways of thinking about situation, membandingkan dua buah fakta atau cara berpikir terhadap sebuah situasi. On the other hand can be put in the beginning or in the middle. So jadi on the other hand ini bisa diletakkan di awal dan juga di tengah. For example, James is a talented student, full stop. On the other hand, comma, he is very lazy. James adalah siswa yang bertalenta atau berbakat. Pada sisi lain, comma, dia sangat malas. Jadi di sini adalah contoh on the other hand diletakkan di awal kalimat. Jadi diletakkan di awal kalimat kedua. Kalau in the middle, just like this one, I came 3 minutes late. Saya datang 3 menit terlambat. The girl, comma, on the other hand, comma, is 5 minutes late. Wanita itu pada sisi lain terlambat 5 menit. Another example, we want to join the sentences using on the other hand. Pada satu sisi, dia sangat cantik. Pada sisi lainnya, dia sangat malas. Pada satu sisi di sini, kita bisa gunakan on one hand atau on the one hand. Lalu dia sangat cantik. She is very beautiful. Lalu pada sisi lainnya, on the other hand, dia sangat malas. She is very lazy. Jadi ini juga contoh penggunaan on the other hand. Jadi on the other hand bisa ditemani dengan on one hand atau on the one hand. Next is in contrast. In contrast means sebaliknya. So in contrast is used to contrast two people or things strongly. The pattern is just like however, we use sentence 1, full stop, in contrast, comma, and then sentence 2. For example, the price of chilies is getting higher. In contrast, garlic's price is getting cheaper. Harga cabai semakin tinggi atau semakin mahal. Sebaliknya, harga bawang putih semakin murah. Now we have two sentences here. Liliana is a diligent student. Liliana adalah siswa yang rajin. Her brother is very lazy. Abangnya atau adik laki-lakinya sangat malas. Kita mau menggabungkan dua buah kalimat ini menggunakan in contrast. So it becomes Liliana is a diligent student. Full stop. In contrast, comma, her brother is very lazy. Liliana adalah siswa yang sangat rajin. Sebaliknya, her brother, abangnya sangat malas. Next is nevertheless. Nevertheless means namun demikian. Nevertheless is a little bit more formal than however. Jadi nevertheless ini sedikit lebih formal daripada penggunaan however. Nevertheless is used to contrast with what has just been said. Untuk mengkontraskan, untuk menunjukkan perbedaan dengan apa yang baru saja disebutkan. Nevertheless can be put in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end. Jadi bisa diletakkan di awal, di tengah, maupun di akhir. For example, we have tried our best, full stop, nevertheless, comma, we lost the game. Kami sudah berusaha yang terbaik, namun demikian kami kalah pada pertandingan tersebut. Nah, contoh yang ini nevertheless is put in the beginning, while this one nevertheless is put in the middle, and this one nevertheless is put in the end. Jadi nevertheless ini bisa diletakkan di awal, di tengah, maupun di akhir. Let's read the dialogue. Where is your little sister? She's watching television. At this time, unless mother gives her permission, my sister will cry loudly. She can watch television, however, you must make sure it's appropriate for her. I agree with you. Television may be educational, nevertheless, excessive watching is not good. From this dialect, we can find some contrast sentences here. The first one is, unless mother gives her permission, my sister will cry loudly, with the contrast conjunctive, unless. And then another one, she can watch television, however, you must make sure it's appropriate for her. And then we can find the contrast conjunction here is however. And the last one, we have television may be educational, nevertheless, excessive watching is not good. And the contrast conjunctive is contrast connective here is nevertheless. The assignment for this meeting is to translate it to English. So there are 4 sentences here. Silakan artikan ke bahasa Inggris. That's all for today. Thank you. See you next meeting. Bye.